moment of rebirth, refining, and empowerment to achieve the mandate of a vision. So, the season of separation has been a misunderstood concept that most people actually does not consider that factor because there is a lack of understanding. That is to say that ignorance has been able to find its way in the subject of separation. So, as a result of the ignorance, a lot of people cannot relate with the functions and the importance, the benefits that we derive from separation. And today will go through, something um, nice in that angle of study. So we will be dealing with understanding the need for separation, understanding the need for separation. That separation is a very serious subject which needs much attention. That most people are unable to get themselves separated because they don't know the need, they don't understand the need, and they lack that necessity, capacity to force them to walk on the pathway of separation. So we'll look at some keys relating to separation. Some key points to note as far as the subject of separation is in concern. One, visionary men are separated men. Visionary men are separated men. When you are a visionary person, you are separated by default. And this is what I'm trying to let you understand. That immediately you come to a place of discovery of your vision, your mission, your purpose, and your destination, you become separated onto the discovery. That means that when you don't discover, you cannot be separated. So it takes men who have discovered their vision, who have discovered their ambition, who have discovered their journey and where they are going to be separated. So the act of separation is an act of discovery of vision and purpose. And so therefore, when you discover your vision, it means that you are ready to achieve something. And as a result of the agenda of achievement, you have to be separated. You have to be set apart. Because where you have discovered to be seeing yourself in the next 5 years, it's not everybody that has gotten that sight. And so therefore, for you to limit yourself to the standard of everybody, it means that you haven't seen anything yourself. So the proof of your energy is found in your ability to accept your separation. So when men does not discover where they are going, their vision, how far they want to go with their business, that the business you are handling, you don't know the future of the business, and so therefore you are running it as others are running theirs. You are running it as others are running theirs. So there is nothing separation in what you are doing. But separation is very key and important. If you want to have things working for you in accuracy, it means that you have to give yourself up onto separation. That separation will become a vessel through which you get the result that you are looking for. So men with vision are separated men. They don't act as everybody. So when you go to the hospital and there is certain kind of prescription that has to be given to you, they give you certain rules that will govern the workings of the prescription. So they ask you not to eat this, not to eat that, not to listen to this, not to do that, sleep at this time, wake up at this time to take this drug, do this, do that. Those are systems that reflect your separation. So separation is very important, and that is how men gain results. That no matter how big and huge your vision is, no matter how visible your vision is, when you don't give yourself up onto separation, you will kill that vision, and so therefore you will become a man of no vision. Because men of no vision do not need separation. Men of no vision do not need separation. So if you want to be separated, you want to be able to become a responsible father to your kids, a responsible husband to your wife, a responsible student in your school, you have to be separated. So a lot of students are unable to achieve a grade A because they don't give themselves to the separation relating to the vision and the results that they have targeted. And you have to understand that separation is a symbol of a man of vision. Separation is a symbol of a man of vision. Let's move to our point number 2. The act of separation is not an act of loneliness. I believe you should understand that point as well. The act of separation, that you have been taken out of the crowd and placed at a different section because of your uniqueness. That separation is found in uniqueness. So in your uniqueness, you are separated. And so when you are separated, you are not lonely because you are connected. Not people, but you are connected to your vision. And that is what separation does to a man. Separation connects you to your vision and disconnects you from distractions. So most of the people that will not be found within your circles in your moment of separation are distractions. Distractions to your vision, distractions to your ambition, distraction to your future. And so therefore you have to understand that they have to go. If you don't understand that concept, that certain things have to go in your moment of separation, you are not going to experience the result of separation. Because the act of separation is you need it. You need that act of separation. And so therefore you are supposed to take good note of it. Our next point is separation connects to only what matters. Separation connects to only what matters. As I said earlier, when you are focused on your vision and you are separated onto that vision, you become separated onto the vision, and so therefore whatever that you will be engaging in will be vision related and not just a desire relation. A desire which is not going to result in something relating to your vision won't be there for you when you are in your moment of separation. because separation will connect you only to what matters. The matters are the things that are related to your vision. So anything that does not correspond to your vision, your ambition, and how far you want to go and how far you have to get, separation will take it out of your way. The act of separation. Being separated builds your focus capacity. Being separated, it builds your focus capacity. So your agenda, the intention that you have about where you are going and about your vision gets to be focused on when you accept to follow the law of separation. The law of separation is a big deal that most people are unable to comprehend and understand the essence of the law of separation. As a result of that, they are losing a whole lot. But the law of separation is an important law that needs to be complied to. That when you fall into that ordinances of the law of separation, you will have an experience of focus. You'll be able to picture your dream and then put in the necessary energy and strength that is required to bring out the vitality of your ambitions. The act of separation, understanding the need of separation, rediscovering the essence of separation. A separated man is free from the prison of distraction. A separated man. A separated man. A separated man isn't giving in to distractions because he is free from the prison of distraction. So a lot of people in our society, in our communities, are in the prison of distraction. So they cannot see exact pathway that they are supposed to use in order to achieve their dream and their ambitions. A lot of companies cannot be given the necessary results that they are supposed to be delivering because there is lack of separation. You have to learn how to separate your company to be unique. The act of separation. Separation empowers the weaklings of the visionary. So whatsoever that points to the fact that you are weak, when you are separated, you have attention to solve that weakness of yours, which will give you the upper hand to earn a result that is beyond the understanding of the ordinary. So these are the basic 5 points that you are supposed to note. Now let's enter into the main agenda, understanding the need of separation. Now, when during our school era, I remember very carefully those days when we were going to write our BC, the Basic Education Certificate examination, and at the final year we were asked to come for what is called camping. Now, when you are going for camping, you are going to stay in the school. So when you close, you don't go home. There are schedules in the school that will control your movements in order for you to have more hours to study. And that has been the culture sense of which I believe currently that is still holding. Now, that action was an action of separation that the owner and the school proprietor was able to put in measures to get a student separated onto the vision of getting good records, good results for the school. And that really helped because when you go home, house chores and other responsibilities that will be laid on you might prevent you from having effective studies. So you be taken to school to sleep over there, learn throughout, have your meals over there, get you equipped. So before you get to your examination room, you are able to give out certain results that you weren't able to give when you were moving from home to school every day. That was an act of separation. So the boarding system that was initiated is also another way of giving us a sense of separation. That look, you don't have to always be with your parents. You have to learn how to live on your own. The act of separation. So if you don't understand that separations are there to make you become dependent and responsible, you will miss a lot. So separation is an act of man of maturity. When you are being separated, it means that you are open up to grow. And because you are open up to grow, you experience growth. That is to say that when men refuse to give themselves to growth, they are not going to experience growth. So you experience what you give yourself in the act of separation. Separation is very important. That when you want to become a successful businessman, a successful businesswoman, when you want to achieve, when it comes to your education, you want to give out certain excellence when it comes to your academia, and you don't want to get yourself separated to study, you will not be able to achieve what you are supposed to achieve. Separated. You have to be separated in character. That you don't act as everybody acts. Your behavior should show that you are different and that you have a vision and you have an ambition and you are called into greatness. So the state of your mind matters a lot when it comes to separation, because when you refuse to think right, you will not get yourself experiencing the results of separation, because separation actually isn't a work of the flesh, it's a work of the mind. Separation is the work of the mind. That your state of mind, your state of thinking, your mentality discloses how far you are going to get to in life. That is to say that when you are not thinking right, you are not going to earn right, you are not going to make the right result available. So therefore, when you're able to think right about the subject of separation, you understand that you'll be able to produce and result in something amazing that everybody will be marveled at, because the act of separation is a moment where you will get yourself nurtured and matured enough to face the affairs and the issues of life, because the issues of life are meant to happen to all men, but not everybody will be able to conquer and rule and dominate over the issues of life, because ignorance has set in. That is why you should spend enough time to invest in your mental plane than your physical body. Invest, buy books and read them, get yourself equipped, do research. We have a lot of people using smartphones without them being smart. But the fact that you are using a smartphone should basically tell you that you have to become a smart guy. And with the help of the smartphone, you will become that personality. But that isn't what is happening. And we would do that, talk on a different level. But for now, what I want you to understand is that separation is a work of responsibility. When you give yourself to separation, you become responsible for your actions. So it's not everything that somebody will be accountable for on your behalf. When you get yourself separated, you experience the tremendous. The act of separation is very important. Get yourself separated. Get yourself separated. Get yourself separated, and you are going to experience what is good for men of Zion. Get yourself separated. Time will not permit for us to go further, but I believe with this that we have, you have an understanding of getting yourself separated to experience better and greater things in your life. Thank you for joining me. My name is God Kid Bonesman.